Konami Studios. Black Knight, Curse of the Ebony Blade, issue number 3. It's a mini-series, it's 5 issues. I wonder if we are going to get another Black Knight mini or ongoing after this, because, come on. Kit Harington's playing him in a movie. He's gonna become big and become he's gonna become the next Jon Snow. So, gotta get it out there while you can. Might as well. So, we ended last issue, Elsa Bloodstone showed up. That's awesome. She's the best character ever. And now she's headed with Dane and Jacks, and they're just going to figure out what to do next. So they're on some flying horses. They're called Pegasi. You guys know what a Pegasus is, so you get it. And they're just headed down. A little bit of backstory for them. It's pretty cool. Basically, you know, the Bloodstone enchants the Starstone and the sword, and they're going to use it as like a compass to figure out where they're headed to find the chalice, which is kind of cool. We get a couple pages just talking about like the backstory to the characters, you know, Elsa's problems with her dad, Dane's problems with his family, Jax's problems with not knowing her family. It's pretty cool stuff. You know, I like Cy Spurrier's writing a lot. This issue, to me, out of everything we've seen so far in the story, this issue was my least favorite. Not because it was just, like, bad. It was just, it didn't have, like, the perfect flow as some of the other issues, which is fine. You know, not every issue is going to be a 10 out of 10, and I think this one, it's really solid. So they land in the, I forget what they call it. It's like Listenies or something. It's like the mystical wasteland from like the tale of the Arthurian lore. It's where the Holy Grail was kept. They land there to find the chalice. And instantly they are attacked by Mordred and someone he calls Redcap. And it's just kind of like a fight breaks out. They're going to have to do stuff. We see that Dane drops the sword. So right away Mordred's like, I just have to kill him now. He's not holding the sword. He's an idiot. Just like, wow, what a dumbass. But Jax picks up the sword and it instantly brings her messages of murder and destruction. She throws it down and it's bad. So in comes Dane to save the day from the dagger. And it's just really fun. This stuff's cool. I'm like, okay, Mordred versus Black Knight. I get it. That could be fun. We're going to have Elsa Bloodstone fight Redcap. Good. He's like some weird magical blood fae. One of the last of his kind. So Elsa's like, I'm going to get your head, buddy. And as the fight's breaking out, we get like some weird dark crystal looking bird showing up talking to Jax like, to learn the past, you must seek the present or whatever. You get it. I'm the Chamberlain. Yeah. I love Dark Crystal, by the way. That's my best Chamberlain. It was bad, but whatever. You guys get it. So this crow thing with it looks like it's got hair, which is really disturbing. It's going to show Jax the truth about what happened to Camelot. So we cut back to like the end of the story of Camelot. And who's there to see what's really happening? It's none other than a young, arrogant version of Thor. And Percy is standing at the gates like, Northmen, get the hell away from this. You are not allowed in here. And Thor's like, dude, there's evil in there. What are you doing? We're coming to stop it. We're helping you out, bro. And he's like, no, you're not. So a fight's about to break out between Thor, a bunch of Asgardian Vikings, and the Black Knight. But we cut back to the present day, where we see all of our characters still in the midst of their battle. It looks like Dane's about to take down Mordred, but suddenly both of them start to see these illusions. Mordred sees his father and he's like, son, I love you. I was wrong. You're so good at everything. And we see Dane see Cersei because guess who's going to be in the Eternals movie? That's right, it's Black Knight, so we have to bring her back into prominence in the comics so you remember. And she's like, I love you. And Captain America's like, dude, you should lead the Avengers. You're like the coolest guy ever. And it's just like, yeah, okay. But Elsa's like, what are they doing? Redcap's like, I don't know. So it's like, I guess because we have like the Bloodstone in us, we don't get affected by this land trying to seduce us to feel these like perfection and all that stuff, which we'll come back to that idea at the end here. So Redcap and Elsa just go back to fighting, and we see the crow still of Jackson. She continues to see the truth from the past. So Thor and the Black Knight get into a huge scrap. Everything's going bad. And basically what Thor doesn't know is like the anger and rage that Percy is feeling in that situation. It's fueling him to be the best version of himself. So he Super Saiyans out. The Black Knight kind of knocks down Thor. He's not dead, obviously. But every other knight and Viking and Asgardian there with him gets slaughtered. And it's Merlin who kind of like gets Thor back to reality. He's like, yeah, okay. his mind doesn't have these memories anymore. He's just out of here. So basically we learn that at the end of the story of Percy as the Black Knight, he was like a bad guy. He was a villain. He was like, when you don't have those things like shame and remorse and guilt to make you feel the anger you're feeling, you lose sight of the truth of all that and you become the villain. You stop being the eternal hero. You become a monster, which is what happened to Percy. He stopped feeling those things because all of it affected him in a way that he could no longer control. And that's why you need those things. You need the shame and pain and anger and hate, because without it, you can't do anything as the Black Knight or as Mordred. When you have these magical weapons, they mean nothing. Which is why when like these ghosts of the people, like the ghost of King Arthur and Captain America and Cersei, are talking to Mordred and Black Knight, they're like, no, this isn't right. My dad hated me. The Avengers don't want me. And I don't want your love, and I don't need you. You don't make us feel this way, because we need to feel these things in order to use our power. And I'm like, that's great. That's cool. I think that's a fun area to explore. It's weird and different, and it just shows you like the tragedy of this entire like mythology, where like the feeling these strong emotions that a normal person would want to suppress and not deal with, those are the things that build you up and make you stronger. It's very intense, but it's very satisfying. Very cool stuff. So the fight continues on, and basically Mordred's like, I gotta get out of here, so we're not gonna win today. Go fetch like the chalice, try to at least. If we can't get it. So Elsa's got one bullet left. She's got an idea. I can stop Red Cat from getting everything, or I can save Dane. And she's like, bollocks, I guess I'm the good person. So she shoots Dane in the head, and he comes back better than ever. Eventually, of course, we gotta flee away, and we see that Jax is gonna go for the chalice, and she finds it. And Dane suddenly starts to feel it all back together. He's like, I don't want forgiveness. I don't want anybody to believe in me or care for me. I am this thing. I am this creature, this destructive monster. That's who I am. And he Super Saiyans out. And Mordred's like, oh shit. We gotta go. Open a portal and get us out of here. So him and Redcap flee the scene. They need to figure out what's going to come next from these people. They don't really know. But they didn't get the chalice, so basically, you know, it's like 2 for 2. I got the dagger and the shield. Black Knight's got the sword and the chalice. We're all equals now, baby. It's a real fight coming up. And we see Dane just holding the chalice. He's like, should I drink from this? Probably not, but I think I'm going to drink from this. And he does. He's going to drink from it. And I think that's going to be the story of the next issue, where we see him drink from the chalice and maybe have some weird vision going on. But that's where the book ends. And I gotta say, it's really fun. Like I said, too, it's not my favorite of the series, which is fine, but like it worked really well. You set up some really cool narrative showing how you need to feel these emotions in order to get things going, how Percy became a murderer and a monster at the end of his story. You use Thor in a way that makes sense for the mythology of these characters. Plus, you give Elsa Bloodstone some screen time in a really cool suit. I'm on board. Let's explore more of this stuff. I think it's great. Black Knight's a really bad character, so do whatever the hell you want with him, and I'll be okay. If anybody's complaining that this Black Knight story sucks, you are lying to yourself, because there is no good Black Knight story except for this one. I'm sorry, that's just the truth. It's a pretty fun book, I will say. Check it out if you haven't. It's going to surprise you. I really think it will. So, Black Knight, Curse of the Ebony Blade, issue number 3, I am going to give a 7 out of 10. Now, thank you guys for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, Patreon, Twitter, all that good stuff. And I will catch you in the next one. Have fun, stay safe, good luck.